Alrighty, pre-race ceremonies have officially ended, and we are going green here shortly with your adult prepared. Heat race number 1 on poles, the 627 of Harley Shepard. To his outside is the 11 of Kyle Wilford. Row 2 is the 24N of Nathan Orman, and the 23 of Draven Farnham to his outside. Row 3 is the 30 of ND Noah Twister, and the 717 of Dustin Chapman. Rounds out your field. Green flags in the air, 10 laps is the distance. Of course, this heat race finish will be inverted to set up heat race number 2 lineup. As they head into turns 3 and 4, first time, they're all battling 2 by 2 as they come around the corner. It's going to look like Kyle Wilford to lead lap number 1. Battle for second and third with fourth and fifth right behind them as Noah Twister settles back for the 6th spot, just waiting patiently to see how things play out. Farnham on the high side of Harley Shepard looking for the 2 spot as they come around turns 3 and 4. Kyle Wilford will lead lap number 2, but here comes Shepard as he holds off the 23 of Farnham and goes after the 11 of Wilford going into turns 1 and 2. So Shepard now sits quietly from the 2 spot. Here comes Nathan Orman, the 24N, looking underneath the 23 of Farnham, going into turn number 3. This is for spot number 3 for the time being. It's Draven's up high, Orman down low. Orman gets by and now challenges the 627 of Harley Shepard for the 2 spot, going into turns 1 and 2. Dustin Chapman sits quietly back from the 5 spot, and the 717 is now everyone single file for the time being. Here comes Draven Farnham on the bottom of Harley Shepard going to turn number 3. As I say that, here comes Nathan Orman in front of them, trying to get underneath the 11 of Wilford, but Wilford holds him off as they go into turns 1 and 2. Orman's going to fight hard on the bottom going into turn number 2. Wilford gets the run on the high side, holds him off for the time being. Drag race going into turn number 3. Nathan Orman leads by half a car in turn number 3. Looks like he'll take over the race lead, but Wilford's going to fight harder on the high side. It's too close to call at the stripe there. Giving it to Orman there halfway, 5 in, 5 to go, and Orman completes the pass and is your new race leader. Now here comes Draven Farnham in the 23, getting underneath the 11 of Wilford, going into turn number 3. He's going to look to take the 2nd spot away. He does, and looking for more as they go off turn number 4, as Orman holds off Farnham going into turn number 1. Orman up high, Farnham down low, with Wilford watching quietly from the 3 spot, go off turn number 2. Everyone single file behind Wilford, evenly spaced out for the time being, but here we go, the battle up once again. Here comes Draven Farnham underneath the 24 end of Orman, and Farnham will have the lead right there with 3 laps to go. Here comes Nathan Orman on the top side, looking for the race lead back, coming off turn number 2. Behind them, the battle for 4th and 5th for Dustin Chapman, Harley Shepard there, as Chapman's on the bottom, Shepard down, up on the high side. Here comes Chapman looking underneath the 11 of Wilford for the 3 spot as they go into turns 1 and 2 with 2 laps remaining. Draven Farnham continues to lead the way. Orman sits there for 2. Kyle Wilford currently sits in 3rd. The 717 of Chapman's going to be trying to run him down to get that 3 spot off corner number 4. White flag this time by for the Draven Farnham number 23. Coming off turn 2 down the backstretch, and it looks to be the 23 of Draven Farnham will pick up the heat race win. 2nd will go to the 24N of Nathan Orman. 3rd is Kyle Wilford. Dustin Chapman 4th, Harley Shepard 5th, and Noah Twister rounds out your field for heat race number 1. Up next will be your heat races for the 518 LMRO Predators. Alrighty, 518 LMRO Predator heat race number 1, starting on pole in the Townsend Leather number 428T. That is Tanner Bean. Tanner Bean in car number 428T. To the outside in the Diamond Performances number 32, that's Carson Diamond. Carson Diamond in car number 32. Row number 2 on the inside in the Jacob Companies number 24R, that is JL Rakoske. JL Rakoske in car number 24R. And rounding out the field in the All Brands Cleaners and Sewing Center number 9R, that is Ava Rakoske. Ava Rakoske in car number 9R. As we come around turns 3 and 4 with the green flag in hand, we're underway. Heading into turns 3 and 4, first time is going to be Tanner Bean, last week's feature winner. He'll come around turn number 4, leading lap number 1. behind him is a battle for second and third. Jail on the bottom, Carson up high, and Jail's looking for the 2 spot. She'll take it as they come around turn number 2, and she'll focus on the 428T of Tanner Bean going into turn number 3. Ava Rakoske in the 9R sits quietly for the 4th spot as they come around turns 3 and 4. Carson Diamond is going to get the run through by running the cushion there. As they head into turns 1 and 2, Tanner Bean continues to lead on. Jail sits there for 2, while the 32 of Carson Diamond sits there for 3, and Ava Rakoske looks like she quietly sits back for 4th. Looks like she might need to make some adjustments for the 20-lap feature later on tonight. She's starting to fall back here. Meanwhile, in front of them, here comes Gia Rakoske, going to work the top side and see if she can get the 428T of Tanner Bean to come back and so she can battle for the race lead off into turns 3 and 4. Hanging on is the 428T of Tanner Bean coming around to lead lap number 4 with 6 laps remaining going into turns 1 and 2. Tanner Bean pulls away that time by Gia Rakoske, loses track of him, but here comes the 32 of Carson Diamond going to try to chase down the 24R as they go down the backstretch into turn number 3. Carson Diamond bobbles up just a little bit, and then he's going to look to the bottom off turn number 4. Gia Rakoske is going to hold him off as they come across the stripe here with 5 down, 5 to go. Gia Rakoske fights hard on the top side, Carson down low, and Gia Rakoske is going to prevail, drag race down the backstretch, hanging into turn number 3. Here comes the 32 of Carson Diamond, once again thrown into the bottom, but not going to make a stick as the 24R Gia Rakoske holds off as they go into turns 1 and 2. They're starting to reel in the 428T of Tanner Bean here, little by little here, as they're going into turn number 3. Jail still fighting hard on the top side, holding off the 32 of Carson as they come around the corners. Carson Diamond now has the 2 spot by half a car as they come across the line here with 3 laps to go. Move Carson Diamond, the 32, to the 2 spot. Now he's going to look for more as they come off turn number 2, looking underneath the 428T of Tanner Bean going into turn number 3. He's going to look for the race lead down the bottom off corner number 4. It's going to look like Carson Diamond to the lead, but here comes Tanner Bean fighting hard on the high side here with 2 to go. Tanner up high, Carson down low, and Carson's going to take over the race lead off turn number 2. Carson Diamond, your new race leader, heading into turn number 3. And we're going to look for the white flag this time by for Carson Diamond, the number 32. He continues to lead the way. Here comes the 428T of Tanner Bean, sits for second. The 24R of Gia Rakoske had a small run, tried to reel in for the 2nd spot. As they head into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, the 32 of Carson Diamond will pick up the win for heat race number 1. Second will go to Tanner Bean. Third is Gia Rakoske. And rounding out the field is the 9R of Ava Rakoske. Heat race number 2 for the 518 LMRO Predators coming up next. Alrighty, heat race number 2 for the Predators. Now pull for this one in the Rakoske small engine repair number 20R. This is Tirza Rakoske. Tirza Rakoske in car number 20R. To the outside in the number 14 machine, that's Chase Fisher. Chase Fisher in car number 14. Row number 2 on the inside in the NASCAR Load Teams number 33 AR. That is Aaron Rakoske. Aaron Rakoske in car number 33 AR. And rounding out the field in the valves, handbags and more 55, that is James Carroll. James Carroll, car number 55. Green flags in the air, and look at the boost for the inside lane. Aaron pushing his sister Tirza going off in the turns 1 and 2 first time. And looks like they're going to check away from the 55 of Carroll and the 14 of Fisher going to the turns 3 and 4. Off turn number 4 is going to be Tirza Rakoske leading lap number 1. Behind them, the 55 of James Carroll gets by the 14 of Chase Fisher as they finally caught back up to the Rakoske brother and sister duo as they go into the turn number 3. As Tirza puts a gap in between her and the 33 AR of Aaron as they come off the corner. 2 laps complete so far, but here comes James Carroll going to work to the extreme top side in turns 1 and 2. See if he can make something work out of that to get around the 33 AR of Aaron Rakoske going into turns 3 and 4. Nothing doing there, but here comes Aaron Rakoske using the famed high side that he loves so much. See if he can reel in his sister Tirza going to the turns 1 and 2. Can't quite make it stick as everyone's kind of evenly spaced out for the time being as they come off turn number 2, heading down the backstretch for turn number 3. Tears of Rakoske in the 20R still continues to lead the way off corner number 4. Will lead here with 4 laps complete this time by. Aaron still sits there for second. James Carroll for 3, and then Chase Fisher rounds out to the rest of the field. Tears of Rakoske starting to pull away more and more going into turn number 3. She's going to look to see if she can get that second starting spot in tonight's 20-lap main later on. She's going to try to make sure she fights off the, I guess what you could say on track, probably the powerhouse duo at the moment of Chase, or of Aaron Rakoske and James Carroll as they come on through the corners. Aaron Rakoske fights off the 55 of Carroll for now, but here comes Carroll with a run off turn number 2. Can he make something happen as they go into turn number 3 as we're going to be coming for the final 3 laps of this heat race. Right now, Tears Rakoske in the 20R still continues to lead the charge, but Aaron's still there for 2, but here comes the 55 of James Carroll. He's going to look to the inside in turn number 1. Can't quite get the job done there as Aaron Rakoske still fights off without a battle as they head into turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by for your race leader of Tears of Rakoske. As unfortunately for the 14 of Chase Fisher, same story with him as the 9R of Ava Rakoske earlier on. But we'll see how things will turn out for the 20-lap feature later on. As we're going to come around turns 3 and 4, white flag this time by. Here comes Aaron once again on the extreme top side. Gonna see if he can make something work. He reels in the 20 of Tears of Rakoske that time in 3 and 4 with a white flag. Off turn number 2, Tears gets a huge run off turn 2, and it looks to be that she will pick up the win for heat race number 2, and yes, she will. Tears of Rakoske, your winner for heat race number 2. Aaron will finish for second. Third is going to be James Carroll, and then the 14 of Chase Fisher will round out the rest of the field. Up next, 2 heat races for your Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance Modifieds. Alrighty, heat race number 1 for your modifieds. On poles, the 43 of Larry Breckenridge to the outsides, the 627 of Harley Shepard. Row 2 is going to have the 61 of Taz Taylor to the inside and the 16 OZ of Jamie West to the outside. Row 3 is going to find the 21 of Harry Bull to the inside, and the outside of him in the 18, that is Kyle Morris. Row number 4 is going to be the 36 of Kaylee Johnson, one of your Twin 20 feature winners last week, and then the 81 of the Steeg to round out the rest of the field for this heat. And here we go. Green flag is in the air. We're underway for heat 1. Off turn number 2, down the back stretch. Breckenridge is going to hold off the hard-charging Shepard and Taylor going to the turn number 3, but Shepard's going to full out send it off turns 3 and 4 on the high side. He will come around to lead lap number 1. Putting Breckenridge back to 2. Taylor's going to try to challenge from the 3 spot on the bumper. The 43 of Breckenridge has nothing there, but here comes a battle behind them. Harry Bull underneath the 16 of Jamie West as they come around turns 3 and 4. Harry Bull won't get the best of that one. It looks like the high side is going to be the place to be for these modifieds in turns 3 and 4. As Jamie West gets by and the 36 of Johnson gets by the 21 of Harry Bull, putting Harry back to spot number 6. Here comes Johnson on the outside of Jamie West, but West got the better run on the inside, shockingly, as they go into turns 1 and 2. Looking underneath the 61 of Taylor, and he will do so off turn 2, having the 3 spot, but Taylor's going to try to fight hard on the high side. Can't quite make it stick there, because here comes a 36 of Johnson underneath for looking for the 4th spot now as they head into turns 1 and 2. Breckenridge still trying to hunt down the 627 of Harley Shepard off turn number 2, but Shepard's has a strong car so far here. Breckenridge consistently keeping them at a safe distance for now, but the battle still continues for the 3rd and 4th spot between the 61 of Taylor and the 16 OZ of Jamie West as they go into turns 1 and 2. West down low, Taylor up high. This drag race is even off turn 2. Give the edge to Taylor going into turn number 3, but here comes West fighting hard on the bottom. Was it going to be off the corner number 4? It's going to be Jamie West getting the bottom side to work. Johnson quietly watches from the 5 spot as Taylor now loses ground in the 16 OZ as Jamie West is going to look to hunt down the 43 of Breckenridge going to the turn number 3. Here comes Johnson in the 36, going to look for the 4th spot. They come around turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, in front of them is the 16 OZ of Jamie West going to challenge Breckenridge for the 2 spot. Can't quite make it stick there as Kyle Morris in the 81 of the Steve battling out for 6th and 7th as they head into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Taylor on the high side, going to try to challenge the 36 of Johnson, but Johnson got the better run on the bottom. Now going to challenge Jamie West for the 4th spot, or 3 spot, I mean, as they go into turns 1 and 2. Jamie West slows way up. Give the spot to Johnson, but West makes up for it, heading down the backstretch. It looks to be Johnson will be carrying the 3 spot off corner number 4. He'll do so by a tire as we have the white flag waving one more time around. Harley Shepard's pulled himself away from the rest of the field, heading into turns 3 and 4. Final time, heat race number 1 winner will be the 627 of Harley Shepard. Second will go to the 43 of Larry Breckenridge. Third is going to be Kaylee Johnson. 4th is Jamie West. Kyle Morris for 5th. 6th is Taylor. 7th is the Steeg, and then Harry Bull rounds out the rest of the field. So heat race number 2 for the modifieds coming up next. Alrighty, heat race number 2. Lineup for this one in the 33R. That is Mr. Promoter Luke Rakoske on pole for this one. The Mr. Mofasta, Art Van Hosen in the 07 will start to the outside of him. Row 2, we're going to find the 69 of the Punisher, Chris Bachman. To the outside of him is the 09 of the Hard Charger, Tom Diamond. Row 3 is going to be the 60 of Yancey Zimmer, another Twin 20 feature winner last week. To the outside of him is going to be Super Squad Israel Perez in the number 9. Scott Sitterly in the number 4 will round out the rest of the field. Green flag in the air, heat race number 2 set to take action. Down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3 and 4. First time is going to look like Luke Rakoske going to be leading the charge, but here comes Bachman down low. Art Van Hosen up high. Rakoske holds both of them off for the time being, but here we go. We could see 3 wide for the lead into turn number 2. Bachman down low, Rakoske up high, and Yancey Zimmer going to look like he's going to thread the needle through the middle. And Rakoske's going to hold both of them off on the high side as they come around turns 3 and 4. He'll lead lap number 2. Battle for second right now is between the 69 of Bachman. He'll now have it. So now the battle's going to be for 3rd and 4th between Art and Yancey as they come off down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. Give the position to Art going into turn number 3. He's going to look to get around the 69 of Chris Bachman for the 2 spot as they come around turn number 4. And it's not by much as the 07 of Art Van Hosen going to have the lead there. And now he's going to challenge a 33R Rakoske off turn number 2. Going into turn number 3, looking on the bottom, Rakoske up high, Van Hosen down low, and it's going to look like Van Hosen, no, too close to call there. Might have been Rakoske by a fraction right there. But who's it going to be as they come around turns 1 and 2? Rakoske's got the lead by half a car coming off turn number 2. Meanwhile, behind them, battle for 3rd and 4th shaping up as the 60 of Yancey Zimmer looking underneath the 69 of Bachman as they come around turns 3 and 4. Bachman holds them off for now as they come off the corner. Rakoske still hangs on to the lead from the 07 of Art Van Hosen, but he bobbles way up in turn number 2, giving Van Hosen a run for the money as they go into turns 3 and 4. Van Hosen going to look to take the race lead. He'll do so around turns 3 and 4. New leader as we complete lap number 6 with 4 laps remaining. Scott Sutterly in the 4 battling with the 09 of Tom Diamond. He'll take over the 5 spot on the high side as they go into the turn number 3, but here comes Diamond fighting hard on the bottom. But Sutterly may say otherwise on the top side as they come around turns 3 and 4. They're 2 by 2 from spots 3 through 6. As they go into turns 1 and 2, Bachman and Sitterly up high. Bachman gets a huge run off corner number 2. He'll hold on to the 3 spot as they go into turns 3 and 4. Rakoske still trying to catch up to the 07 of Van Hosen here with 2 laps remaining, this time by, as Yancey and Chris still battling up for 3rd and 4th. Yancey's now going to have the spot, and here comes Tom Diamond as he gets by the 69 of Chris Bachman with ease, as if Bachman was standing still. But Bachman's going to send it into 3 and 4, can't quite make it work. As the white flag waves this time by, Bachman's going to have one more stab at it on the high side, but here comes Tom Diamond down low looking for the 3 spot around the 60 of Yancey Zimmer. Final time in the turns 3 and 4. It's going to look like Art Van Hosen will pick up the win for heat race number 2. Rakoske for second, third at the line. Give it to Tom Diamond, Yancey Zimmer for 4th, Chris Bachman 5th, Scott Sitterly 6th, and Israel Perez will round out the rest of your field. So now more to music. Adult prepared heat number 2 will be coming up shortly. All right, adult prepared heat race number 2, final heat race of the evening. And on pole for this one is the 30 of ND Noah Dwister. Outside of him is the 627 of Harley Shepard. Row number 2 is going to find the 717 of Dustin Chapman, and then Kyle Wilfred, and then number 11 to his outside. Row 3 is going to be the 24N of Nathan Orman, and then the 23 of Draven Farnham will complete your starting lineup for heat race number 2. They come around turns 3 and 4. And green flags in the air, we're underway. Looked like he got Shavakan off turn number 2. Harley Shepard on the high side. Going to look like he'll have the race lead come around turns 3 and 4. First time it's going to be Harley Shepard by a little over half a car there as he go into turns 1 and 2 to complete lap number 1. But Dwister's fighting hard on the bottom. Look as he has the lead, bridging himself a little bit of a gap between him and Harley. Still 2 by 2 as they go through. As Dustin's going to look to get the bottom side to work. He'll have the second spot by a tire as they come across the line that time by. Shepard fights hard on the high side. He'll hold off everyone coming through. 3 wide behind them as Kyle Wilford gets around Orman and Dustin as they go off turn 2. And here comes Harley Shepard on the bumper of the 30 of Dwister as they come around the corner. Nathan Orman looks like he's trying to work his way up through the field. He's looking for the 3 spot around the 11 of Kyle Wilford as they come in turn number 2. And nothing quite doing there because Kyle Wilford's fighting hard on the high side. But here comes Nathan Orman once again. He'll get around the 11 of Wilford and challenge for the 2 spot as they come off the corner number 4 heading into turns 1 and 2. Nathan Orman looks like he'll have the 2 spot. Now he'll challenge for the race lead off corner number 2. Dwister holds him off. Here comes Shepard on the high side, trying to see if he can make something work, but Wilford's going to switch down to the bottom side, see if he can make something happen there. But here comes Nathan Orman challenging for the lead as everyone's 2 by 2, 3 rows deep. And here we go. Nathan Orman now has a race lead. Here comes Kyle Wilford challenging the 30 of Noah Dwister heading into turns 3 and 4 as we're going to be coming around with 4 laps remaining here in this heat race. And Wilford's going to have the spot by a tire as they come off turn 4. Of course, all that's happening behind the 24N of Nathan Orman, who's currently your leader, checks out from the rest of the field for just a minute there. As Dwister now moves back to 3rd, he looks like he'll move back to 4th now because here comes Draven Farnham. The 23 looking to get back up towards the front. He's up to 3rd, looking underneath the 11 of Kyle Wilford for the 2 spot as they come around turn number 2. Wilford has the run on the high side, will make it stick as they head into turns 3 and 4. Nathan Orman will come around and will lead here with 2 laps remaining this time by. Orman continues to lead the way. Kyle Wilford still using the top side for now as he's holding on to 2nd. Draven Farnham sits for 3rd. Noah Dwister sits back in 4th. Harley Shepard back to 5th, and Dustin Chapman completes the field. And here we go. Here comes Draven Farnham once again underneath the 11 of Kyle Wilford. Can't quite make it work that time here with 1 lap to go. Nathan Orman has pulled away from the rest of the field here as he comes around turns 3 and 4. He'll pick up the win for heat race number 2. Kyle Wilford will finish in 2nd. 3rd is going to be Draven Farnham. 4th will be the 30 of Noah Dwister. The 627 to Harley Shepard rounds out your top 5, and then Dustin Chapman, the 717, completes your field. Rakoske small engine repair 50-lap Enduro feature will be coming up next. Alrighty, 50 laps of Rakoske small engine repair Enduro feature coming at you here on pole in the X59 in the S&H Bicycle Store machine. That is Steve Hickey, and the outside of him is your feature winner from 1 week ago, the 1K of Corey Bachman. Row 2 on the inside is going to be the 00 Matt O'Hanley, and then in the Papa's Fix-It Shop number 46 is Paul Rakoske to round out the field. So here we go to round turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to take the green flag. And here we go, green flag's in the air. 50 laps is the distance. As they head around turns 1 and 2, first time it's going to look like Corey Bachman's going to pick up where he left off. Going to take the race lead heading into turn number 3, but Rakoske's going to follow right behind him on the top side. He'll take over the 2 spot from the X59 of Hickey. And Hickey's going to go back to third of 1 lap as they go into turns 1 and 2. He's going to try to challenge for the 2 spot, but can't quite make it work. Here comes O'Hanley challenging on the top side, looking for third as they go into turns 1 and 2 here. Rakoske's going to go way up on the top side, see if he can get around the 1K of Bachman. Can't quite make it stick as they go into turns 1 and 2 here to complete 2 laps of this feature. As Bachman sits in the lead with Rakoske sitting there for 2. Matt O'Hanley now takes over the 3rd spot from the 59 of Hickey's. They go into the turns 3 and 4. Here we go. The 46 Rakoske challenging in the high side, looking for the lead, but Bachman's got the lead at the stripe there by half a car as they go into turns 1 and 2. O'Hanley feels the pressure from the X59 of Hickey, but Hickey lost a bunch of ground there off quarter number 2. And Bachman continues to lead the way. Now the pressure for second starting to build up just a tad bit. Rakoske holding on for the 2 spot for right now as he gets away from the 00 of O'Hanley now. Everyone evenly spaced out for the time being as they go into turns 3 and 4. O'Hanley going to try the extreme top side, see if he can make something work. Not yet there. As they go into turns 1 and 2. Corey Bachman once again has checked out from the rest of the field going into turns 3 and 4. Looking for the second feature win. Remember, double points for the Enduros here this week. So Bachman could potentially take over the race lead. 5 points separate first through all 4 drivers. From first to fourth is only 5-point difference. Corey Bachman continues to lead the charge here with Rakoske sitting for second, Matt O'Hanley for third, and Steve Hickey right now completes the field with 7 laps completed here. Rakoske in the 46 trying to see if he can gain ground on the 1K of Corey Bachman here. Keeps about the same gap this time by. As O'Hanley losing ground on the 46 here. Trying to make something happen. In that 00 machine, he was the feature winner on opening night. Hasn't quite had the luck since. Hickey trying to run down the 00 of O'Hanley from the 4th spot as they go into turn number 3. As, like I said, he went from 1st to 3rd in 1 lap. As Bachman and Rakoske got by him from the top side. Bachman got the huge jump on him on the initial start. As we now have 11 laps completed here, as Bachman still leads the charge. The gap between him and second is still about the same for the last few laps. As the 00 of Matt O'Hanley sits for 3rd. Steve Hickey in the X59 sits for 4th. Hickey still trying to reel in the 00 of O'Hanley as they come off turn number 4. O'Hanley trying to reel in the 46, but trying to make sure the 59 doesn't get too close to him. And it looks like the gap has really increased between the 46 and the 1K. Going about half a second difference now for what it was a few laps ago. Normally, what a feature winner would pick up 20 points on double points, and I think it would pick up 40. And second place, instead of 17, will pick up 34. And 15 points for third. One would be 30 points for this one. And here we go, battle for third and fourth now shaping up as Hickey's underneath the 0-0 Hanley. He looks to take the third spot now. He'll take it back off turn number 2 on the completion of lap 15 as we're on lap number 16 right now. Hickey's has the third spot. Here comes O'Hanley working on the top side, trying to see if he can get the spot back off corner number 4. Hickey still has on completion of lap number 16 as they head into turns 1 and 2. X59 has a third spot. O'Hanley now goes back to fourth as they go into turns 3 and 4. As now Hickey in the X59 is going to try to run down the 46 of Rakoske, but Rakoske still has a good amount of distance between him and the X59 as he's got a full straightaway to make up to try to catch up the 1K of Corey Bachman as Bachman is checked out from the field for a second week in a row here. Rakoske still sits there for 2. Hickey for 3, while Matt O'Hanley sits there for the 4th spot. Hickey's now has a gap between him and O'Hanley, but O'Hanley reels it in, going into turn number 3. Can he find something there? Not quite just yet, as Hickey still continues to hold him off for the 3 spot, going into turns 1 and 2. Rakoske in the 46, still sitting quietly from the 2 spot, still trying to run down the 1K of Bachman as Bachman's working around turn number 2 already. And we're 20 laps in, 30 to go. As a 1K of Bachman comes around turns 3 and 4, continuing to lead the charge. Here comes Rakoske now rounding 3 and 4 from the 2 spot. Here comes the X59 of Steve Hickey. He's trying to run down the 46 from the 2 spot, but can't quite make it stick there as he now gets a huge gap that time on the 0-0 of O'Hanley. O'Hanley again picked up the feature win on opening night and hasn't really had the luck since in the 0-0 machine. Hickey now sits there for 3, trying to run down the top 2. As we're getting closer and closer to the halfway point, Corey Bachman in the 1K still leads the charge heading into turn number 3 with a full straightaway behind him. Is the second place car of Rakoske in the 46. Hanley still trying to run down the X59 of Steve Hickey. Hickey is pretty much checked out and gone away from the 0-0 as he sits quietly from the 3rd position as we are halfway, 25 in, 25 to go. And Corey Bachman seemed to have a little bit of issue in the 1K. Not sure what happened there. Let's kind of rewind a little bit, see what happened. And he was still going, and all of a sudden got checked up by something. Maybe accidentally locked up the brakes there. But he keeps on trucking. As what was a huge lead is now bridged down to within a second and a half. And now Rakoske still trying to run down the 1K of Bachman, but Bachman's starting to get the car back to normal and starting to pull away once again as we're going to be coming up to the final 20 laps of this Enduro feature. Hickey and the X59 still there for third, while handling the 00 rounds out the rest of your field here. We'll keep an eye on the 1K of Corey Bachman, see if there's another issue again, but I'm not quite sure just yet because he's still pulling away more and more after that little incident there, as we are within 20 laps to go in this feature. As the 46 of Rakoske still trying to run down the 1K of Bachman. Hasn't quite found the groove yet. But it seems to be the gap between Hickey and O'Hanley seems to be getting smaller and smaller, maybe, but not that time by. As Hickey still has the 3 spot. O'Hanley still trying to run him down from the 4th position. As we're coming through, getting down to the last 15 laps of this feature. Bachman in the 1K, still leading the charge by a little over 3 seconds right now. Rakoske trying to catch in the 46 machine. Got the gap to just under 3 seconds that time, as we have 16 laps to go now. O'Hanley still trying to catch the X59 of Hickey in the turns 1 and 2. And O'Hanley might have a run he needs in 3 and 4. He's going to try the bottom side this time. In 3 and 4, he might have gotten it to work because he's getting ever so close to the X59 of Hickey going off turn number 2. And as the battle is shaping up here with the final 15 laps, here comes O'Hanley on the top side. Hickey down low. Who's it going to be off the corner? Steve Hickey has a 3 spot, but here comes his 00 of O'Hanley. Jet fuel right by for the 3 spots. So put O'Hanley to 3rd and Hickey back to 4th, but Hickey might say otherwise going into turn number 3. And the battle still continues on as Hickey's getting closer to the bumper of O'Hanley. O'Hanley pulls away just a little bit off turn number 2. As we're getting closer to the 10 lap remaining mark on the 1K of Corey Bachman, your race leader, as he comes around turns 3 and 4. He will still lead the charge here as Rakoske in the 46 sits there for 2nd. O'Hanley and Hickey dishing out challenges to one another from spots 3 and 4. Hickey gets a run down the backstretch into turn number 3. He's going to see if he can get the inside to work. He's going to look underneath off turn number 3 into number 4. And O'Hanley holds him off for now here with 10 laps remaining. As Hickey's still trying to get around the 00 of O'Hanley. He's going to try the top side now. Can't quite make it stick. As the 00 of O'Hanley still holding on from the 3rd spot. Hickey in the X59 getting ever so close to the bumper of the 00 of O'Hanley as he comes around turns 3 and 4. O'Hanley still holds the 3 spot. As Bachman's going to come around turns 3 and 4 with 7 laps to go. About a full straightaway behind him is a 46 of Rakoske in 2nd. And another full straightaway behind Rakoske is the 00 of O'Hanley, and Hickey in the X59 lost some ground on the 00 of O'Hanley, but here he comes into turns 3 and 4. Can he close the gap here? Not so much there, but didn't really lose any ground though. As we go into turns 1 and 2 here. Final 5 laps in this Enduro feature. And also for the 1K of Corey Bachman. Rakoske reels in the gap a little bit that time, just under 4 seconds. Well, the question is going to be, can he gain enough ground to challenge for the lead here in the final few laps? Not that time by, because Corey Bachman got the better lap that time. Final 3 laps this time by as Bachman rounds turn number 4. And the battle is going to heat up once again for 3rd and 4th. Hickey's now going to look to the top side. Can he make it work off the corner? Oh, Hanley holds him up, but here comes Steve Hickey on the top side once again. And he's going to pull the same move that Hanley did, but didn't get the huge jet fuel run that time. As he go into turns 3 and 4 here. Hanley's still on the bottom, Hickey up high. But the white flag's going to be coming around this time for the 1K of Corey Bachman. He'll head into turns 1 and 2 for the final time down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, winner for your Rakoske Small Engine Repair Enduro double points feature will be the 1K of Corey Bachman. Second will be the 46 of Rakoske. Third is going to be Steve Hickey. Hanley in the 00 rounds out the rest of the field in 4th. So again, we will have a brief intermission, and then we'll get to our 3 main events of the evening. So go ahead, stretch your legs, do what you got to do, but don't go too far because we have 3 features left to go.
Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Alrighty, 518 LMRO Predator feature. And on pole for this one is a 32 of Karsten Diamond. To the outside of him in the 20R, that is Tears of Rakoske. Row 2, we find the 428T of Tanner Bean on the inside and the 33AR of Aaron Rakoske to the high side. Row number 3 on the inside is going to be the 24R of JL Rakoske and the 55 of James Carroll to the outside of her. Row number 4 is going to be the 9R of Ava Rakoske and the 14 of Chase Fisher. So here we go as they're going to round turns 3 and 4. Green flags in the air. Run away. 20 laps is the distance. It looked like we're going to go about 3 wide off corner number 2 down the back stretch between Tirza, Tanner, and Karsten, but off corner number 4 is going to be Karsten leading the way to complete lap number 1. Here we go, 3 wide, Tanner on the bottom, Tirza up high. Who's it going to be? Because Karsten's in the middle, and it looks like Karsten's going to prevail through the middle off corner number 2 as we go into turns 3 and 4 once again as Karsten Diamond continues to lead the charge and battle for second. Shaping up is the 428T of Tanner Bean. And here we go, 3 wide once again in turns 1 and 2. 3 for 3 this time, but who's it going to be? As Aaron's trying to push the 20R of Tirza on the high side down the backstretch. And here we go, off corner number 4. It's going to look like Tirza Rakoske leading that lap as they go into turns 1 and 2. But Carson's going to say otherwise as they go through the corners. Off turn number 2, Karsten Diamond continues to lead the way. Drag races and go into turn number 3. Side by side as they come around turns 3 and 4. Karsten Diamond still trying to hold on Tirza, but at the line too close to call. And it looks like Karsten Diamond got it by a fraction. Karsten now looking for his second feature win of the season as he holds on the 20R of Tirza. But here comes Aaron Rakoske. He's in third right now. He's finished second the last 2 features we've had. He's trying to see if he can make third time the charm. As he go into turns 1 and 2, here comes Tirza Rakoske on the high side. Gonna look for the lead off turn number 2. Tirza Rakoske has the lead down the backstretching into turn number 3. Who's it gonna be? Can Tirza hold off Karsten? Come around turn number 4. Yes, she can. As we have a new leader at the line. So put Tirza Rakoske in the 20R, your race leader. Seconds, Karsten Diamond, Aaron Rakoske for third. Tanner Bean in fourth, J.L. Rakoske for fifth. Battle for 6th and 7th is Chase Fisher on the bottom. Ava Rakoske up high as they come around turns 3 and 4. J.L. Rakoske going to look the challenge for 428T of Tanner Bean for the 4th spot. Off corner number 4, Tanner Bean holds her off as they come around turns 1 and 2. Now Chase Fisher holds off the 9R of Ava Rakoske, gets by the 24R of Jail, but here we go, battle for second shaping up as Aaron's going way up to the top side. The line he prefers is he's gonna make the top side work, gets around Karsten Diamond for the 2 spot off corner number 2. He'll now try to chase down the 20R of Tirza as they come around turns 3 and 4. And right now Tirza is holding strong in that number 20R machine as we go into turns 1 and 2. As we're going to be 1 lap short from the halfway point here. Tirza holds on to the lead. Aaron Rakoske for 2. Karsten Diamond sits quietly and a little distantly from the 3rd spot. Back behind him is the 14 of Chase Fisher. Ava Rakoske now back to 5th as she's going to look to the inside of Chase Fisher, going to try to see if she can get the 4th spot. Behind them, the battle between Tanner Bean and J.L. Rakoske. That's the position for 6 and 7 right there. Tanner has the 6th spot. J.L. has now moved back to 7th, and James Carroll in the 55 has rounded out the rest of your field for the time being. But here we go, battle for 6th and 7th now, still shaping up. As Jail's on the bottom, Tanner up high. And here we go, we're going to look towards the front as Aaron Rakoske's getting on the bumper of Tirza going into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Aaron, going to send it on the bottom. Tirza's going to hold him off at the line that time as we complete lap number 12, 8 laps to go. Aaron Rakoske going to make the inside work this time. Tirza up high, but Tirza's made the outside work so far tonight. Can she hold him off on the top side here as we come around turns 3 and 4? Not quite yet. Aaron Rakoske to the lead. 7 laps remain now as Aaron Rakoske takes over the race lead, putting Tirza back to 2nd. Carson Diamond distantly watching from the 3rd spot. Rakoske now looking for the 4th spot underneath the 14 of Chase Fisher. Fisher's going to try to challenge back on the high side in turn number 3. Can Rakoske hold off as they come around turn number 4? Looks like Rakoske may have had it at the line. Yes, she did, by nearly thousandths of a second there, as Rakoske picks up the 4th spot now. Chase Fisher moves back to 5th, but Chase Fisher going to shoot out like a rocket on the high side as Rakoske trying to hold off the 420 of Tanner Bean for the 5 spot, or for the 6th spot. Coming around with 4 laps remain as Rakoske starting to pull away in the 33 AR. He is looking to make the 3rd time the charm as he is rounding turns 1 and 2. Has about half a straightaway lead over the 20R of Tirza as Carson now sits for 3rd, Jail for 4th. 5th is going to be the 14 of Chase Fisher, but here comes Tanner Bean on the inside of Chase Fisher, going to look for 5th as he comes around turns 3 and 4. He has 5th and challenging Jail for the 4th spot, and Tanner's going to have the 4th spot at the line there. Here with 3 laps to go. Eva in the 9R going to try to challenge a 14 of Chase Fisher. That'll be for position number 6. As they come around turns 3 and 4, Tanner Bean in the 428 still holds on to the 4th spot as Jail tried challenging on the high side. Can't make it stick that time by. But here we go. Come around turns 3 and 4. Rakoske will see the white flag one more time around in this Predator feature. Rakoske comes around turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch, finished 2nd in the first 2 features, and makes the 3rd time the charm off quarter number 4. Rakoske, your feature winner. Tirza Rakoske will finish for 2nd. 3rd is going to be Karsten Diamond. 4th at the line is going to be Jay Rakoske. Tanner Bean for 5th. Eva Rakoske 6th. Chase Fisher 7th, and James Carroll will round out the field. All right, 20 lap double points feature for your Motor Music Entertainment Karaoke Adult Prepared coming up next. All right, 20 laps is the distance for your Motor Music Entertainment Karaoke Adult Prepared feature. Double points on the line for these guys. And on pole for this one in the 24 end, that is Nathan Orman. To the outside of him in the Diamond Performances, number 23, that is Draven Farnham. Row 2 on the inside is going to be number 11 of Kyle Wilford. To the outside of him is your feature winner from 1 week ago, Noah Twister in the number 30. Rounding out the field inside row number 3's opening night feature winner Harley Shepard in the 627 and Dustin Chapman in the 717. Green flag is in the air, we're underway. Off turn number 2, down the backstretch, Draven Farnham has the lead on the high side going into turns 3 and 4. Twister's gonna try to make the outside work with them off the corner number 4 at the line. Too close to call. I think Orman got it by a fraction there as they head into turns 1 and 2 to complete lap number 1. Draven Farnham has the lead by about 3/4 of a car down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. Orman's gonna look to use the bottom once again to his advantage, but give the lead to Draven Farnham off corner number 4. He'll lead lap number 2. Orman moves back to the position number 2, but he might say otherwise on the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Draven's going to fight back on the top side as they drag race down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. Behind them, the battle for 3rd and 4th is still happening between the 11 of Kyle Wilford on the bottom and the 30 of Twister on the top side. As they come around to the stripe that time by, Wilford had the 3rd spot. Twister's now looking for the top side to work. He'll take the 3rd spot off corner number 2. Shepard's now going to look to the high side of the 11 of Wilford. Come around turns 3 and 4, trying to pick up the 4th spot. Wilford's still challenging the 30 of Twister as they come around the corners. And Draven Farnham now on the bumper of the 24 end of Orman as they go into turns 1 and 2. And can't quite challenge just yet as we go into turn number 3. I'm sure he'll have something coming up for him in the next few laps if he doesn't get caught by the 30 of Twister as we go into turns 1 and 2 here with 5 in, 15 laps to go. Nose to tail amongst your top 3 right now as we go into turn number 3. Kyle Wolford trying to make something work on the bottom. Can he quite make a stick that time? He just might as he gets underneath the 30 of Twister, and I think Wolford had it. Yes, he did at the line there as he's going to take the 3rd spot now and try to challenge a 23 of Draven Farnham. Can't quite make it stick as we're 2 by 2 amongst the drivers in positions 3 through 6. But here comes Wolford. He picks up the 2-3 spot. Now looking for the 2nd spot underneath Draven Farnham going into turns 1 and 2. Kyle Wolford now takes over the 2 spot from the 23 of Farnham as they come off turn 2. Twister fighting off the 7-17 of Dustin Chapman going into turn number 3. He's going to try to fight him off. Can't quite make it stick. Chapman's still right there. He'll have the 4th spot at the line there. By nearly a tire as they're going to look to go 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th off corner number 2. Wolford in the middle, Chapman down low, Farnham up high. As Wolford bobbles just a little bit, but they still give each other room. It looks like Chapman's going to have the 2 spot at the line there by a tire. And now Chapman will go from 4th to 2nd. And he goes way down to the bottom there. Wolford's going to use the high side to his advantage, and he'll take the 2nd spot back, and he'll try to hunt down the 24 end of Nathan Orman going into turns 1 and 2. Halfway in, 10 down, 10 to go. As Orman still leads the charge, has a gap between himself and the 2nd place car, which at the moment is Kyle Wolford, but don't blink just yet because here comes the 7-17 of Dustin Chapman on the bottom. Wolford holds him off as they go into turn number 1. Twister's going to look underneath the 23 of Farnham for position number 4 as they come off corner number 2. The 627 Harley Shepard is kind of lost the rest of the field here as he rounds up the running order in the position number 6. Twister's gone by Wolford and now is going to look to get by the 7-17 of Chapman off corner number 2. He's going to look to the inside in turn number 3. Chapman's going to get the run on the top side. He's going to bobble just enough for Twister to be right there. And Draven Farnham and Kyle Wolford drag race down the front stretch for positions 4 and 5. Of course, all this still happening behind the race leader of the Nathan Orman 24 end machines. We come around turns 3 and 4. Twister still trying to hold off the 7-17 of Chapman. He does for the time being, but at the line, Chapman's throwing it on the high side. Twister's going to look for 2 in a row if he can hold off Chapman and get around the 24 end of Nathan Orman. Here we go into turn number 3. Twister's going to go to the bottom of Orman once again. Off corner number 4, Twister's going to lead that time here with 5 laps to go. 5 to go, that time by for the 30 of Twister. Orman still trying to fight hard on the top side. He sits in the 2nd spot by nearly half a car as we come around turns 3 and 4. Twister's going to pull away from Orman just a tad, but here comes Dustin Chapman 7-17 reeling in the Orman 24 end here with 4 laps to go. Farnham still sits there for the 4th spot. Wolford back to 5th now. Single file all the way through, nose to tail, as Chapman tried to get a run on the 24 end of Orman. That time going into turn number 3, can't quite make it stick there. But here comes Wolford in the number 11, charging on the high side of Farnham, going into turns 1 and 2. Going to look for the 4th spot as Farnham holds him off that time. And Farnham tried challenging the 7-17 of Chapman going into, coming off the corner, now going to turn number 3. He's going to look underneath him in turn number 4. But Chapman holds him off on the top side that time here with 2 laps remaining. Chapman on the top side as Draven looks down on the bottom. But here we go, come around turns 3 and 4. White flag is in the air, this time by for the 30 of Noah Twister. Twister looking to make it 2 in a row here as he rounds turns 1 and 2. Coming down the backstretch for the final time. Into turns 3 and 4, your feature winner for the Mortar Music Entertainment Karaoke Adult Prepare will be the 30 of Noah Twister. Nathan Orman will cross the line in 2nd. Draven Farnham gets by for 3rd. Dustin Chapman 4th, Kyle Wilford 5th, and Harley Shepard will round out the rest of the field. Up next, 30-lap feature for your Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance Modifieds. Here we go, Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance Modifieds. And here's how they will line up for the 30-lap main event, starting back in row number 8 on the inside. And car number 21, that is Harry Bull, to row number 7 on the outside, 14th starting spot. And the number 9, that is Super Squad, Israel Perez. To the inside, and the John Deere NASCAR Low Teams number 81, that is the Stieg, starting in position number 13. Row number 6 on the outside, 12th starting spot. In the Sitterly Motorsports number 4, that's Scott Sitterly. To the inside, in the 61 TaylorMade Novelties machine, that is the Manian Devil himself, Taz Taylor, in the 11th starting spot. Your top 10 starters in the 10th spot is the 69 of the Punisher, Chris Bachman. To the inside of him, in the number 18, that is Kyle Morris, in the 9th starting spot. Outside row number 4, 8th starting spot. In the number 60 machine, that is Yancey Zimmer. And to the inside of him, 7th starting spot. In the Dannon Contracting number 16 OZ, that is Jamie West. Row number 3 on the outside, 6th starting spot. In the Diamond Performances number 09, that's Hard Charger Tom Diamond. To the inside of him, in the 36 Tunity Tide Pods machine, 5th starting spot, that is Kaylee Johnson. Row number 2 on the outside. In the Rakoske Small Engine Repair number 33R, 4th starting spot, that is Mr. Promoter Luke Rakoske. To the inside of him, in the 3rd starting spot, is the 43 of Larry Breckenridge. And your front row starters, outside pole, in the 07 Summit machine, that is Mr. Mofasta, Art Van Hosen. And starting on pole in this one, in the Warner's Auto Body Shop number 627, that is Harley Shepard. So again, 30 laps is the distance for this feature event. Your feature winners so far this season, has been the 09 of Tom Diamond on opening night, and then your 2 feature winners from the Twin 20 action just 1 week ago in the Ford. It was the 60 of Yancey Zimmer who took the win in feature number 1, and Kaylee Johnson at 36 rounds out the rest of your grid for feature winners. As we are just under 30 seconds away from the command of this race here, folks. I want to thank everyone for watching and tuning in. You don't want to miss out on action like this. Of course, all social media links and connections are down in the description below. But here we go.
Drivers, start your engines.
As the command has been signaled, get ready to take action here. As cars are rolling off here. Race fans, this is your main event of the evening, the show you've been waiting for, 2x2 all the way through. We're gonna send it off corner number 4 with your Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance Modifieds. Three wide for the race lead into turns 3 and 4. First time Breckenridge down low. Van Hosen up high as Breckenridge is going to come around to lead lap number 1. Van Hosen, Mr. Mofasa on the top side, going to try to see. He's got the 2 spot. Going to try to see if he can get the 43 of Breckenridge. But here comes Mr. Promoter on the high side. He's going to look to go from wherever he was up to the 2 spot on number 33R machine. As here he comes. He's up to the 3 spot now as he comes around turns 1 and 2. Rakoske up to the 3rd spot now. Here comes Harley Shepard in the 627 trying to hold off Johnson and Jamie West and also the 09 of Tom Diamond, but Diamond's going to fall right in his tire tracks. As Jamie West gets by, here comes Johnson in the 36 as well. As we complete lap number 3. Behind them, 3 wide between Diamond, Bachman, and Shepard for position as they come around turn number 2. Here comes Diamond in the number 09, but here comes the Punisher, Chris Bachman in the 69, looking to turn his short season around for the Sim Series. He's up to position number 5 in the number 69 machine going into turns 1 and 2. Johnson, your feature winner from 1 week ago, sits in 4th. Van Hosen into 3rd, but here comes a battle for the lead. Off corner into turns 3 and 4. Mr. Promoter up high, Breckenridge down low, and it's going to look like Rakoske going to lead lap number 5. Breckenridge still battling out on the bottom here in the number 43 machine, side by side as they come off turn number 2. Drag race going into turn number 3. Rakoske has the lead, but Breckenridge says otherwise on the bottom as they come off turn number 4. Breckenridge has the lead by a tire as they come across the line here. Rakoske now moves back to spot number 2. Bachman moves up to 3rd, moving Van Hosen back to 4th with challenge from the 36 of Gilly Johnson in the 5 spot. Diamond's now into 6, but here comes Harry Bull in the 21. He's currently sits in 7th for the time being. Sitterly in the 4 car has been moving up deep into the field. He's now worked his way up into the 8th spot. Jamie West now back to 9th. Kyle Morris rounds out your top 10 for the time being. Sitterly and West still battling out. Here comes Sitterly once again. He holds on the 16OZ of Jamie West as he's going to try to get by the 09 of Tom Diamond. He's going to look underneath off turn number 2. Diamond has run on the high side. Sitterly down low. Drag race going to turn number 3. Sitterly has the momentum going into turn number 3. It's going to look like he will have the position on corner number 4. He does put Sitterly into the 7th spot. Side by side for 4th and 5th between Johnson and Van Hosen. Van Hosen on the high side, Johnson down low. But here we go, battle amongst your top 3 between Bachman, Rakoske, and Breckenridge. Rakoske holds off Bachman as he's going to challenge Breckenridge on the top side once again. As we have 10 laps completed, 1/3 of the feature has been completed so far. Drag race once again for the race lead into turn number 3. Rakoske up high, Breckenridge down low. Who's it going to be off corner number 4? Rakoske leads once again off the corner. Move Breckenridge back to spot number 2, but here comes Bachman from the 3rd spot, just watching quietly, looking to take advantage of the situation that could go wrong. But who knows what could happen here? Is Bachman still trying to hunt down the top 2? As Breckenridge was trying to challenge a 33R for Rakoske to take the race lead back, but no way, Jose, says Rakoske, as he holds on the 43 of Breckenridge. Nose to tail for the top 3 right now as Johnson moves up to 4th, Van Hosen back to 5th. Van Hosen going to see if Mr. Mofasa trying to get underneath the 36 of Johnson that time off corner number 4. He's going to look for the 4th spot back. Hang on, everyone slows way up in turns 1 and 2 there. Everyone does like a brake check moment earlier from what happened in the Enduro feature. Not sure what the brake check thing is all about, but top 3 were all in sync for that. No accidents there, but put Breckenridge back to 3rd. Bachman now into 2nd. He's going to look to challenge a 33R for Rakoske as we come around turns 3 and 4. Here comes the Punisher on the inside. Going to look to get around Mr. Promoter as he come around the line. 15 and 15 to go for this modified feature. Here comes Bachman down low. He's going to look for the lead. He's got the lead off corner number 2. Putting Rakoske back to 2nd, but Rakoske's going to send it going into turn number 3 in the high side. Who's it going to be around turn number 4? It's going to look like the 69 of Bachman going to lead that time by. Rakoske back to 2nd. Van Hosen going to look underneath the 43 of Breckenridge for the 3rd spot. Breckenridge is going to use the momentum on the top side to try to hold him off, but Van Hosen doesn't let him go with ease down the backstretch. Johnson watches quietly from the 5 spot. Harry Bull into 6th. 7th is Scott Sitterly. Jamie West at the Steak is now in 9th. Tom Diamond currently rounds out the top 10, but here comes Zimmer and Taylor trying to take the 10th spot away. Taylor's underneath the 09 of Diamond that time by, but can't quite make the pass there. And he will do so in turns 1 and 2. Give the 10th spot to the 61 of Taylor. JB West has gone by the 4 of Sitterly on the top side. He will take over position number 8 that time by, but hang on. 07. And Jamie West just couldn't quite get the nose ahead of Sitterly. Sitterly holds him off at the 7th spot as Jamie West still sits in 8th for right now. Breckenridge going to lose the 4th spot, the 3rd spot to the 07 of Van Hosen now, as Van Hosen now moves up to 3rd. Rakoske and Bachman still battling out for the race lead off turn number 2, down the backstretch into turn number 3. Bachman still continues to lead the charge off corner number 4. 10 laps remain this time by for the 69 of Bachman. Rakoske sits quietly for the 2 spot for now, nose to tail for 3rd, 4th, and 5th of Van Hosen, Breckenridge, and Johnson. Harry Bowles sits by himself for the 6th spot. Sitterly has his hands full with the 16OZ of Jamie West, as West is going to look to the top side into turn number 3. The Steeds on the bumper. Sitterly also as well. Off corner number 4, Sitterly has a position by nearly a nose as they come off into turn 1 and 2. Now Sitterly's going to hold off the 16OZ of West off turn 2 on the inside. Here comes the Steed looking underneath the 16OZ of Jamie West. Can he make something happen? Not quite just yet. But here as Harry Bowl gets by the 36 of Kaylee Johnson, put Harry Bowl to the 5 spot. Bachman is now starting to pull away from the rest of the field here in the number 69 machine. He is the race leader. Rakoske back to 2nd. Johnson and Harry Bowl still battling out. 3 wide behind them. Sitterly was in the middle of that one. Steed was on the inside, gets by both Sitterly and West as they go off in turn 2 into turn number 3. Taylor into 61, quietly watching from the 10th spot, watching from a little bit of a distance away. Yancey Zimmer sits in 11th. Tom Diamond in 12th. 13th looks like Israel Perez, Kyle Morrison 14th, and Harley Shepard, who's starting to pull for this 30-lap main event, is now in the 15th position. And if Bachman has enough speed, he could use the final 5 laps of this feature to possibly lap him, as Bachman's now into turns 3 and 4. Harley Shepard now comes off 4. 4 laps to go this time by for the 69 of Bachman. Rakoske's going to hope that lap traffic becomes a factor here so he can try to catch up to the 69 of Bachman. Right now Breckenridge sits in 3rd. Harry Bowl now moves up to 4th. He gets around the Mofast of Van Hosen 07. Kaylee Johnson now looking underneath the 07 machine into turns 3 and 4. The Steed in the 81 currently sits in 7th with Jamie West in 8th, Sitterly in 9th, and Taylor rounding out your top 10 here in the final 3 laps of this feature. Two laps to go this time by as Bachman's now caught up to the 627 of Harley Shepard. Going to look to put him down a lap as we head off turn 2, going into turn number 3. Can Shepard stay on the lead lap for the final lap this time? Bachman's underneath him. White flag this time by for Bachman as he going to turns 1 and 2. Off corner number 2, down the backstretch. Final time. Your Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance Modified Feature winner will be the Punisher, Chris Bachman. Second will go to Mr. Promoter Luke Rakoske. Third's going to be Kaylee Johnson. Breckenridge will be 4th. Harry Bowl rounds out your top 5. Van Hosen 6th. The Steeg 7th. Jamie West 8th. Scott Sitterly 9th. Taylor 10th. And Zimmer, Diamond, Perez, Morris, and Harley Shepard round out the rest of your field. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Make sure you follow all the social medias for myself, Lindsey Giagni State Farm Insurance, Morta Music Entertainment, Rakoske Small Engine Repair, and also check out 518 LMRO on the social media and on their website. Hope you enjoyed. Everyone, have a good night.